Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Art This Week. We are going to be using some Play-Doh and a piece of paper to practice making different types of lines. So I have Play-Doh, but if you have something else, you are welcome to use that. If you don't have any Play-Doh, you can make some salt dough with some flour and water and some salt. And that's similar to Play-Doh. Whatever you have available to you to use. So you'll need Play-Doh and a piece of paper. And we're using this piece of paper so we can place our different types of lines on that paper. And that way our table doesn't get messy from the Play-Doh. So what you're going to do is you are going to start with a piece of clay or a piece of Play-Doh. And you're going to tear some off very gently with your hand. And you're going to take that piece and you're going to roll it back and forth. So see how my fingers are all the way to the palm of my hand and forward, all the way to the tips of my fingers. So the tips of my fingers here and the palm of my hand here, the end of my palm, and the palm of my hand up here and the tips of my fingers here. So it goes back and forth, back and forth. So then I'm going to take that Play-Doh and I'm kind of rolling it into kind of like a snake. But as I'm rolling it, I'm also creating a type of line. Does anybody think they know what type of line I'm making? It looks kind of like a straight line. But what kind of straight line? Right now, I'm kind of going side to side with my piece of Play-Doh. Do you think that would be a horizontal line? I think so. So I am making a horizontal line. And I can use both hands to kind of roll this back and forth. And sometimes the mat might move, so that's why I'm using one hand to hold the piece of paper down and the other hand to roll that Play-Doh back and forth. And I'm making sure I'm going from one side all the way to the other side. So my fingers aren't just staying in one place, because when they stay in one place, I rolled it and made two lines. Okay, so we want to make sure that as we're rolling, we go from one side of the Play-Doh and then back to the middle and then back to the other side. That way it's nice and even, because if we stay in one place, well, we'll make another one. And that's okay if you make another one as well. We're just trying to make different kinds of lines. So we started off kind of easy. We made a side-to-side line. That's a horizontal line. And then now I have this other one that I broke off. And I'm going up and down with this one. And so when I go up and down, I am making a vertical line. So I have a horizontal line and a vertical line. So I'm going to get another piece of Play-Doh. I'm going to tear off that next piece, roll it back and forth in my fingers, all the way to the palm of my hand. And with this one, so I'm going to put this one over to the side so I have some room to practice my lines. This one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to roll it into a line. But as I roll it, or once I'm done rolling it rather, I'm going to change the shape of it with my fingers. So I'm going to make this one a wavy line. So I'm going to take the Play-Doh, I'm going to pinch with my thumb and my pointer finger. I'm going to hold on to that piece and see where my thumb is. I'm going to move it so that it goes down over my thumb, and then I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to move my fingers over so I can press that piece up, and then I'm going to have it go around my thumb again, use my finger, pinch so that it goes up. Kind of looks like a snake so far. Let's make sure that goes down. But it's kind of fun to make it look like an animal. And then I'm going to pinch it. So I have a wavy line that I have created, and it kind of looks like a snake. So that's one way to practice making a different kind of line. Another way, I'm going to pinch off some clay, roll it back and forth in my hands. Do the same thing where I make another type of line. Let's move this part up. Try not to mess up our wavy line. And this time, rolling it back and forth again, making sure to go all the way from one side to the other so that it doesn't break in half. So this one, I'm going to do something similar to that one, except this time I'm going to pinch at the top. So I'm going to move it so that it goes diagonally and then pinch. So move it so it goes diagonally and pinch. Move it so it goes diagonally and pinch. And that is called a zigzag line. So I am making a zigzag line with my Play-Doh. And I'm going to make one more type of line for you boys and girls, but there are lots and lots of different types of lines that you can make as well. So I am going to roll out my Play-Doh, moving my hands back and forth, back and forth. And this time, this is my favorite one. I love this one so much. This time I'm going to take the end of it, kind of like the tail end of it, and I'm going to roll it in, and I'm going to keep rolling it in and in and in and in and in until we make a spiral. And I see that it's kind of dark, so I'm going to bring it a little closer so you can see our spiral that we made out of our Play-Doh. So it's just a line that goes in and in and in and in. So, boys and girls, I made a couple of different types of lines today. And so I would love to see what type of lines you can make with your Play-Doh. So that's what we're doing this week. We're practicing with our Play-Doh and making lots of different lines using our Play-Doh. I hope you have a wonderful time exploring all the different types of lines that you can create and you can make with your own Play-Doh. I can't wait to see it. See you later, boys and girls.